What is going on, everybody? This is SSG, aka Sergeant Sentinel, and thank you for joining me for today's live stream. I do greatly appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, thank you very much for checking out my channel. I do greatly appreciate it. Be sure to also check out the other videos on my channel, because it's not just live streaming, it is game reviews and stuff like that. Also, be sure to hit the like button if you do enjoy this live stream. I do greatly appreciate it. And be sure to be active in the chat if you have something to say. I love to read the comments, and I pretty much reply to anyone that's posting stuff that's not spam, obviously. But again, thank you so much for checking my live stream out. And be sure to share this out on social media as well. My character just killed Salvatore Leone, so I have to really be cautious where I drive around in the city now, because a lot of the Mafia guys have M16s and it'll take your car out quick. The reason why I'm driving up here is because I need a Mafia Sentinel. It's one of the upcoming missions on the second island, so I want to grab it now while I'm here, just so I don't have to come back. What is up, Rob the Cool? Thank you for checking out my live stream. I greatly appreciate it, buddy. How's everything going today? Very nice. I know Steam has some great sales going on right now. I am actually a little jealous, to be honest. They have much better sales on Steam than Xbox or PlayStation has, that's for sure. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to fully commit to PC next generation, just because it seems like, PC is the place to be, especially for the future, because with Xbox pretty much launching all their exclusives day and date on the PC, there's not really any reason for me to buy an Xbox next generation. And it's not saying that I don't like Xbox, it's just they got to give me a reason to buy the console, and it just makes so much more sense to buy a PC instead, because the PC runs the games better, and because there's so many games that are exclusive to the PC platform that will never drop on either PlayStation or Xbox. So it's like, if you're not buying Nintendo games, it just makes more sense to get a PC and to just upgrade it as much as possible. What is going on, everybody? Thanks for checking out my live stream. I greatly appreciate it. If you are enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and also be sure to share this out on social media. I do greatly appreciate it.
Oh, she's on fire. But thankfully, I've never been. I mean, I've done a lot of crazy things, I can tell you that. But I've never been on...
90s. Put your head stuck in the 80s.
I think PC is definitely the best place to play video games, especially MMOs, just because you guys don't have to pay for multiplayer, but of course console gamers do. Kind of feels, I don't know, it sucks, you know, it sucks that console gamers have to pay for it, but PC gamers don't. Again, another reason to become a PC gamer.
In the Navy, you can sail the 7 seas.
You ever been down south?
In the Navy, you can go. There's no place you can go.
To our employees and the quality of our shoes. Aris running shoes. Always running from something.
Flashback. Flashback 95.6.
Let's have another record.
Yeah, I think they had Xbox Live Gold during the Xbox 360 generation. They had Xbox Live, I want to say it's like Xbox Silver or something like that, where you didn't have to pay for it, but you'd get online. You'd get online play, but you wouldn't necessarily get, I don't think you would get the free games with gold. And that's kind of where the difference was. And back during the Xbox 360 generation, I'm sure those free games were actually kick-ass. It's just as time went on, they got more and more crappy, to the point where people were like, you know what, we don't care if they're free, we just don't want them anyway. You know? So now they transitioned everything from, you know, Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Silver, I guess is what it was, into Gold and then Game Pass. And now, of course, you have Game Pass Core and Game Pass Ultimate. With Game Pass Core allowing you online play, and they give you like 20 games from Game Pass, which are the older titles. None of it's the new stuff, which is fine, I guess. But for everyone who wants to play day and date, you know, Game Pass Ultimate just makes the most sense on Xbox because, you know, just because like you have Starfield and Fable and Avowed and Stalker 2 and all these other games that are dropping day and date, that's the biggest reason why I keep it. It's like I don't even really play online with anybody. I have tons of friends on Xbox. I'm so much more of an introvert, so playing online isn't as much of a priority to me now as it was like 5 or 10 years ago. I definitely used to be like that, you know, and my kids were like, when I first, you know, got them their own profiles or whatever, they were young, so they didn't really have any friends, but I kind of kept it controlled whenever they were younger. But then when they became teenagers, you know, I let them have, you know, much more freedom, I guess. And they still don't have many friends. They do have some friends, but like my wife being Spanish, she screens their friends to make sure that it's not adults, you know, posing as kids. And there have been a couple of instances where that's happened, but of course my wife, being vigilant as she is, she caught that quick. So we were able to keep our kids from any potential danger. What's kind of funny is that I have people that are friends with me on Xbox, and they accepted my friend request, like, within 5 minutes of me sending it. But, you know, they don't follow me on Twitter at all. And it's like, some of them I was like, oh, well, they probably didn't see it. You know, and we're all content creators, right? And some of us have been on podcasts together. And I follow them and nothing. And I'm like, what the hell? So I unfollow them, and then I follow them back a few days later, nothing. And I'm like, you know what? It's like, why am I going to be friends with them on Xbox when on Twitter, it's like they don't even give a shit to say, hey, what's up, cool? You know, we're content creators. I'll follow you back. It's not like I'm, you know, some guy with like 3 or 4 videos who doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I have hundreds of videos. I've been on podcasts. You know, I've been on live streams. I'm active in the gaming community. And it's not like I'm someone like Dreamcast guy or Musclebound Gamer. I mean, I'm legit out here, you know, keeping the, you know, I guess keeping gaming as fair as I can, keep it, you know, like in my streams. And I'm basically not trolling anyone. I'm not trying to, you know, piss anybody off or just some of the toxic stuff you see in gaming. I don't do that. So some of these people that we have mutuals, and they're just like, nah, I'm just not going to follow this dude. I'm like, you know, why are they going to be on my Xbox friends list when they're too, you know, they're too posh. You know, they're like, no, he ain't on my level. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I guess I'm not on your level on Xbox either. You know, it is what it is. So I don't sweat it. It's just, it makes no sense for them to say, oh yeah, Xbox, we'll be friends, cool, we'll hang out and all this. And then on Twitter, they ain't even gonna give you the time of day. It's like, why even follow them on Twitter? Makes no sense. And you know, again, it's like I have some people that will follow me and they'll have like, their account will be like a month old. And they'll have like 30 tweets and I'm like, I don't know about that. You know, I can understand not following people like that, or people that are always super antagonistic in the gaming, you know, in the gaming community. But it's like, if someone's not like that and they're actively creating content and they're on podcasts and all this other shit, they have credibility, you know, why not follow them back? That's just my opinion on it, though. I mean, everybody ultimately decides whether they're going to follow someone or not on Twitter, but it's like, if they're not good enough for you to follow them on Twitter, but you're going to accept their friend request on Xbox, that makes no damn sense, you know? It doesn't make any sense.
I played the trumpet a lot back then, if you know what I mean. What would happen to Marcel? Every night at all the clubs. God, that one night, was it Marcel? Was it Mary? Oh, sorry, I'm having one of those flashbacks.
For people that just can't let go. Flashback FM.
Tonight, the TV event that will make history. Liberty City.
A reporter has been nosing around. Marie and I have taken a little holiday together until
Yeah,
you can
Ryan,
get
I'm the
rid
same
of
way,
this
you know.
perverted
I love
voyeur.
single-player
He's
games.
probably
I
out in the
love them.
bay as you read this.
And it's like,
Still, police
like I
book
said
and sink his
on a live
career.
stream a couple days ago, it's not that I'm not still playing multiplayer, because I play Halo Infinite, you know, on a somewhat regular basis, so I'm still playing multiplayer, but that's just not my be-all and end-all, so to speak. You know, my teenagers, like, my oldest, he plays, it's like a 50-50 balance of single-player and multiplayer, but my youngest teenager, my daughter, she's all about the multiplayer. Overwatch 2, super competitive, doesn't really give a shit about single-player games, so I completely get it. Yes, I definitely miss the Nintendo 64 days with local multiplayer. And yeah, you'd have people looking at your screens, but you know, it's kind of like with every game that would allow it, we would have the the turbo mode, or like the fast movement. Like I know GoldenEye had that, Perfect Dark had that, and it's like even if they see where you're at, I mean you're already moving too fast. By the time they've seen where you're at, you're in another room or you're almost completely out of that room. So it kind of offsets that. But I agree about that level of toxicity being all we had to deal with back then. And you'd always have those people that were sore losers, but it's like I use this as an example. My one of my younger cousins was a bit of a sore loser at first, but me and his older brother would play GoldenEye against him, and it'd be us two versus him. And at first, my cousin, he was dog shit as far as GoldenEye skills. But we were ruthless with him, and we just kept beating the hell out of him. And sure enough, in a couple months, he was so good, he could stand toe-to-toe with me or his brother, my cousin. No issue. It's like we didn't baby him. We didn't, we're going to act like we're going to win, but we'll let him win. No, it's like we put him through the ringer, and like I said, in a couple of months, he was a badass. And he was like other guys that he went to school with. He was playing GoldenEye with them, and they're like, wow, how'd you get so good so quick? And it's like, that's how, don't baby them. Hold them to that higher standard and really put them through the ringer. You got to do that, otherwise, and again, it's like, some people might be toxic at first, but eventually they're going to chill out, But nowadays, it's just not like that. People are crazy about that toxicity, and it sucks, it really does.
Get to the phone in West Belleville Park.
Yeah, Rob, I completely get it. As you get older, you just, you get to where you're just not as quick as you used to be, mentally or physically. And the young kids, they have quick reflexes. They have great attention to detail when it comes to video games. And they'll pick stuff up quick, and they'll be able to react quick. And, of course, when you get older, your reaction time goes down. It also doesn't help whenever you have stress and all this other stuff that you're thinking about as an adult. And, of course, that takes away from your ability to just forget about shit and just focus on the game, Even if you're sitting there, even if you're playing, it's just so much, adulting that goes on that it ultimately affects your just your mental quickness,
Get to the phone in South Belleville Park.
I definitely understand and I agree, Ryan. You have some people in there like that'll play Call of Duty or Fortnite or any of these other competitive multiplayer games for hours and hours a day. And it's, you know, because they're young, because they're playing them a lot, that they really get good. But it's like you get, you get adults. We got so much other stuff to worry about. We only have like an hour or two a day maybe to play these competitive games. And it's like, aside from being older, we don't have the time to get as good, as polished as some of these younger players that are more aggressive now than I think we were back when, we were younger. And it's just such a negative experience that it puts a lot of people off from even trying multiplayer. And I think that's where skill-based matchmaking comes in. And I know a lot of the more skilled players don't like skill-based matchmaking because they can't trounce all over the people that aren't that good. It's like the people that are super skilled, when they hear SBMM talked about, skill-based matchmaking, they're pissed off because they want to be able to come in, playing for hours and hours and hours and hours and getting super good and super fast. They want to be able to come in and stomp the shit out of people that have a life, that have other priorities in their life. And it's like, I think skill-based matchmaking is good for those that aren't that good, because at least they'll be with other people that are on their same skill level. But again, those that are super skilled get pissed off because they want to have like a 20 to 1 kill death ratio, and skill-based matchmaking completely pisses on that for them. So again, it's kind of a controversial issue, but that's how you deal with that in gaming. For those that aren't that skilled, skill-based matchmaking helps them out. It just doesn't help out the super competitive community.
He's more or less useless out of his car, so we've tagged it with a tracer. Make him bleed.
It's like the last Call of Duty I was really into, that I really played a lot, was Modern Warfare 2019, and I'd play multiplayer all the time. It's like, for every 1 hour that I played the single player, I probably played 200 hours of multiplayer. I played it all the time. And no shit, you'd have some guys in there that would have kill death ratios like 25-1. It was so ridiculous. Obviously, skill-based matchmaking was nowhere to be found. But, it's just, it was very, it was unfair, I think. You really have to play a lot to get good, and if you were not good, then you just weren't gonna, it just wasn't gonna work. So, again, it's like, I played a lot, I got pretty good. I got to where some matches I had a 3-to-1 kill death ratio, other matches I'd be getting trounced. But again, it's all because I just, at the time I was like, I have a wife, I have kids, I have so many other life responsibilities. I don't have the time to be sitting around like some of these guys, or, drinking a 4-pack of Red Bull every single match. To be fast, to have, basically like all the super liquid energy running through my veins. I just, I didn't have time for that, and I didn't have the energy anymore to really be dealing with that, But again, these young cats, they're all about that type of shit, And more power to them, let them be super crazy competitive, but it's like, I just didn't have the time or the energy for that. And ultimately, that's kind of what pushed me away from it, because it was like, it was so competitive that I was definitely feeling like it was a detriment to my mental health, so to speak, Like, after I'd play it, I felt super stressed off, super aggravated. Even if I did well in the match, it didn't matter, because, the match as a whole is just stressful. And so the fact that I was playing it all the time, like I was playing Modern Warfare 2019 more than I was playing any other game at the time. And, it was just so detrimental to my mental health. I just had to say, you know what, I'm I'm going to take some time away, and I'm not going to play Call of Duty anymore. And sure enough, I actually saw improvements to my mental health, to my physical health, because it was too aggressive and too toxic. You know. That's also why, like, when I hear a game is going to prioritize multiplayer, I just completely lose interest anymore, even if they're going to have skill-based matchmaking in it, even if they're like, hey, you know what, it's not going to be that bad, or in the multiplayer component we'll have, we'll have single-player missions. I'm like, nope, I'm not even interested. You know, I'm not looking to have someone with a 25-to-1 kill-death ratio squash me every 30 seconds. Or have some rich kid who has his daddy's credit card and he's buying shark cards every other hour fly around on a jet bike and kill me 30 seconds after I'm, in multiplayer. I'm like, I'm not even trying to deal with that shit. So if a game is like primarily single player and it has a multiplayer side, I'll buy it for the single player and I'll try out the multiplayer just to see what it's like. But if they're like, hey man, it's multiplayer, I'm like, I'm not even interested. It doesn't matter how good it looks. Like, Grand Theft Auto is my favorite franchise in the entire world over everything else. Over Far Cry, over Ghost Recon, over everything, right? But if they said, hey, Grand Theft Auto 6 is multiplayer only, I wouldn't touch it. I just wouldn't. And it's like, I've come to loathe multiplayer games that much just because of the level of toxicity that you guys are talking about. It's completely ruined the experience for me, these toxic individuals. And I think it's imperative that companies need to do more. And it's not about the language or about it's not just about like language or any of that other shit. It's about how aggressive and how angry they are. It's like we're playing video games to have fun. You guys don't need to be having a brain aneurysm because you're so pissed off. So that's just like the Concord game that PlayStation is working on. Sure, it kind of looks crappy. Looks like a ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy. But if it had a single player side, I would still check it out, even if it looked kind of crappy. I would still play it. But whenever I found out it was multiplayer only, even if it would have looked spectacular, I still would have been like, you know what? I'm just not interested.
Is the home of the short hot mix. Because we believe music should be short and hot.
It also pained me to see when it came out that PlayStation was trying to make these studios that excel at single-player games. They were really trying to make them focus instead on all these games as a service types of games, which are going to be multiplayer. And it's like their expertise is single-player games, and they're well known for it. Because all these single-player high-quality experiences, yeah, people could people could say, oh, they're one and done. I don't agree with that at all. I think that's pretty stupid to say. I think that one and done thing is kind of what Xbox fanboys say as a defense, because for the longest time, Xbox didn't really have a lot of games that were on par with games like The Last of Us and Uncharted and God of War and games like that. And that was kind of them saying, oh, it's a one and done. You know, it's bullshit, obviously, because I've played Uncharted games more times than I can count over and over and over again. Same with God of War. Same with The Last of Us Part 1. You know, I've played it so much. But it just feels like that was their excuse, you know, one and done. But it's like, you have these studios that they excel at making those games. And then they're like, oh, well, you need to switch gears, and we're going to have you making games as a service. And none of them were happy about it. And now, of course, like almost all of those games as a service games have been canceled because, you know, as we all thought, Jim Ryan was a fucking moron. But it sucks because these studios, you know, they really became popular and successful doing one thing, and then he wants them to do something completely different. It sucks, especially from a gaming fan standpoint, because, you know, you want to see these studios that have a legacy. You want to see them succeed. You want to see them survive and continue to make these great, phenomenal experiences. And they don't have to rely on old IPs. They could make new IPs. You know, you want them to survive and to excel with these single-player experiences. And when their leadership, when their management completely sabotages them for financial reasons, it sucks. You know, it really sucks. Thank you to everyone who is checking out this live stream. I do greatly appreciate it. If you are enjoying the live stream, definitely hit that like button, share it out on social media, and be sure to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel after this live stream has ended. I do appreciate it. What's up, Esteban? Thanks for checking out my live stream. I do greatly appreciate it. How are you today?
It is impossible to overestimate the importance of etiquette in this line of work. To my eternal shame, a man once did me a favor, and I've never had the opportunity to repay his kindness. The man's weakness is motor cars, and he has requested that we acquire him certain models for his collection. Needless to say, we must give him the cars as a gift to repay the debt that I owe him. You must obtain the cars on this list and deliver them to a garage behind the car park in Newport. My honor demands it.
I legitimately hope that they do, at some point, bring Grand Theft Auto 4 to PlayStation 5, just because I would love to live stream it on YouTube. Yeah, I know you can do it from PC, but I don't have a PC that I can, live stream it from, so it would definitely be kick-ass if I could do that from my PS5.
City? This weekend and every weekend at Liberty City Park, it's the Medieval Millennium Fair. Our band of traveling minstrels, knights, and maidens oh so fair are ready to delight you with tales of the Black Death, witch burnings, and the joys of being...
I remember you saying that. Have you played Grand Theft Auto 5 yet? To be honest, I do like Grand Theft Auto 4 more than GTA 5 tremendously. One, because I'm not a fan of the Cali culture. But two, it just feels more grounded, more about organized crime, and less about, everything California, basically.
Meg, let's go live to his office.
Hello, my name is Donald Love. You're listening to a Love Media.
I will tell you, though, that the driving is going to throw you off just because a lot of people hate the driving from GTA 4 because it requires more skill, but in my opinion, it's more realistic than the more arcade-like GTA 5.
All right, let's go to the phones. Hello, caller. You're on Chatterbox.
Well, little man, I was listening to that English wimp you were talking to earlier. I mean, do these guys realize how wussy they sound? I mean, they have the nerve to call crackers biscuits, and they say aluminium instead of aluminum. I mean, what's up with that? They all think they sound so smart with a little funny accent.
This is definitely going to be tight because I am going to have to put the pedal to the metal the entire way back to get it back in time.
Football, now that's an American sport. It teaches you good, wholesome American values, man, like stealing other people's land by force and wearing tight pants while you do it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about being a man, Laszlo. Something you wouldn't know anything about from the sound of things. I'll tell you.
Watch the mix down. When I want plant one, let a mercy drink none. One back to phone line, messages clearing. We're blazing on till dawn. Hear this.
That was close. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Superhero status. Flying across the airwaves. Sound of the 101.1. MS6 FM. Original done. Listen to the sound. The MSP time code. Outside the old movie Shadow Crew. Listen up. Yeah, unstoppable. This is a...
That was definitely not intentional. I did not mean to run over some random lady right in front of a police officer.
He thinks he's going to get an honorable discharge if he turns dead evidence. He just squealed. He's under armed protection in Witchett property down in Newport. Some apartment behind a car park. Talks that place. That's it. Flush him out when you hunt him down. Make sure he never talks to nobody.
The ability to skip missions actually was not present in Grand Theft Auto 4. It wasn't brought about until they released the single-player DLC for Grand Theft Auto 4, which was called Episodes of Liberty City. It was technically two different games. One was The Ballad of Gay Tony, the other one was The Lost and Damned. And it was when they released those that they included the checkpoint system. This is always a tricky shot because I have to... It's hard because of the aiming system with the grenades. I appreciate the originality with these missions, but some of them are definitely aggravating. At least we saw the mission design improve somewhat with Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which was cool. It's just it has so much licensed music, and it's like I know I still get a copyright notification for Grand Theft Auto 3, like for the Flashbacks channel, but it says, oh, these artists allow it on YouTube, so it's fine. But I'm like, I don't know if that would be the case for Vice City because all of their music is licensed. And as Metallica proved back during the Napster days, some of these people who, you know, some of these music license holders are real bastards. So I don't know if they would allow YouTube to have it as long as it's part of, you know, something like Vice City.
Because the world ain't big.
Hey, Ted, over here. An old army buddy of mine runs a business in Rockford. We saw action in Nicaragua back when the country knew what it was doing. Anyway, some cartel scum roughed him up yesterday. Said they'd be back for some of his stock today. He's gonna need backup. And in return, I'll give you knockdown rates on any hardware you buy. I'd go myself, but the old sciatica's playing up. So, good luck.
I gotta go on vacation.
Kids peeping and mock, birds seeing and flock, speakers just pop, engineers tweaking and pop, used to post up, nowadays I creep on the block, younger cats who don't know me think I'm pleased of a cop, heads I knew for years albums get released and they flop, what can I say, you should've put me in that feature and slide, eat what I got, nah, either you peacefully watch, or something till your jawbones get weak and they rot, mother.
Would you like a giraffe? Have one delivered. Just log on to petsovernight.com and we'll send you a giraffe overnight. Petsovernight.com, delivering little bundles of love in a box directly to your door.
Stretch on strong. What's up with you all those is back? Definitely drink a couple of wines. Pulling out that game radio. With all this high technology, we gon' bless you. Playtime every time. Game radio. Holla back. Now take a look at how I feel asleep falling. Yeah, y'all heard what they callin'. Pretty ugly, that Philly cat with the chip tooth. That wear no shirts, sketch jeans, and Timbers. I only drink 151 from passion. No Chris, I'm a thug, I don't like flashing. I can get a better, something a little cheaper. And my whole body smelling like Dro or Babbage. I don't care, I got a bad habit. Try to fight it.
Great phone to head, but I thought there'd be more of you. Can't believe those yellow-belly bastards left me without proper cover again. Well, 3 arms are better than 1, so grab whatever you need. Those Colombians will be here any minute. Hey, if I teamed up with you in Nicaragua, maybe I'd still have my arm. If you need any firepower, just drop by and take what you need from the lockers. Leave the cash under the bench. Now get out of here. I'll handle the cops.
You know what really sucks about this is Phil lets you buy all of this weaponry, but you can't buy the tank for like $1 million because I'd drive taxis for a couple days just to get the million, just to buy the tank. Red Dead Redemption 2 was definitely a unique experience. I think the reason why they didn't go with the checkpoints in Red Dead Redemption 2 is because they were leaning much more heavily on realism, which I was definitely not a fan of at all. You know, and it sucks because it's like, I loved Red Dead Redemption 1. It's still one of my top 10 of all time. And so when they announced Redد Redemption 2, I was so much looking forward to it. But when I played through it, I realized how boring it was compared to Red Dead Redemption 1. And that's not saying it's a bad game. It has a beautiful storyline, very masterfully written. And there's so much stuff in there, quality of life improvements, gameplay improvements, you know, from a technical standpoint. But as far as gameplay goes, it relied too heavily on realism, and I just wasn't a fan of that. You know, I was like, it felt basically like Wild West Simulator is what it felt like. And I'm definitely not, I'm a fan of some sims, but if I'm playing a game about the Wild West, I don't want it to be a Wild West sim where it's extremely realistic. I just don't want that. You know, I would much rather play a game like Red Dead Redemption 1 that takes more liberties and is more unrealistic. You know, it's just more fun. I don't think there should ever be sacrifices made to the fun factor in order to make a game more realistic. You know, and I think that you kind of see that in the newer Call of Duties, and like Modern Warfare 3 was the recent one, Modern Warfare 3, was the first Call of Duty I haven't bought in years, you know, just because of their over-reliance on realism, and I was just like, what the hell? I'm not a fan of it. You know, I'm not a fan of it. Like, Car Mechanic Simulator, yeah, it's fun. I've played it before. You know, Farming Simulator, kind of boring, but I've played it before. Some sims, it's cool. Other ones, like where you're basically supposed to be an outlaw and you're in the last days of the Wild West. Realism and sim is not the way to go, and it just feels like that's how they went. And because of that, it feels like Red Dead Redemption 2 was a hell of a lot less than it could have been, you know, from a fun factor. That's one concern that I have for GTA 6. I hope that they're not like, hey, let's make this super realistic. I hope they understand that GTA 6 is a parody. You're supposed to have fun with it. You know, from a gameplay perspective, from how the world is, it's supposed to be fun. That's its mission, to be fun. I don't want it to be realistic. It's like if I wanted realism, I could just walk out in real life and, you know, do the shit they do. That would be realistic. But it's like I don't want that in a Grand Theft Auto game. I want them to stay where it's fun. That's more important than anything else. And forget about it being, you know, a South Florida robbing sim. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for checking out my live stream. For all of you that are watching it for the first time, thank you so much. I do greatly appreciate it. For those of you that have been here for a while watching the live stream, again, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you are enjoying this live stream, definitely hit that like button and be sure to share it out on social media. As always, I appreciate it. I think the police cars in Grand Theft Auto 3 are some of the worst ones. They have absolute shit controls, pretty much on par with the Stallion, because it's like out of all the cars in the game, these handle the worst. Anyway, that's it for today's live stream, this afternoon's live stream. Thank you so much for checking it out. I do greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button if you did enjoy it. Be sure to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel. I do greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys later.